Yo, let's talk about Islam and the West. Not always smooth sailing, right? History's got its ups and downs, but hold up, let's flip the script. We're diving into the positive vibes, the cool stuff Islam brought to the West. Think centuries of exchange, ideas flowing back and forth, trade, knowledge, culture. It's a two-way street, yo! From the bustling marketplaces of Baghdad to the courts of Cordoba, connections were made. This wasn't just about spices and silks, though those were cool too. It was about ideas, innovations, a whole new way of seeing the world. This exchange, this intermingling, it shaped both sides. Let's break it down. See how Islam left its mark, made the West even more interesting. Get ready to be surprised.
Ever heard of the Islamic Golden Age? Think Baghdad, 8th to 13th centuries, a hub of knowledge, a magnet for brains. This wasn't just an Islamic thing, it was a global phenomenon. Scholars from all over flocked to Baghdad, drawn by its libraries, its spirit of inquiry. They translated ancient Greek texts, kept that knowledge alive when Europe was in the dark. Talk about a knowledge relay race. They didn't just preserve knowledge, though, they built on it, made groundbreaking discoveries in math, astronomy, medicine, think algebra, algorithms, the concept of zero. Thank Islamic scholars for that. These advancements, they didn't stay put in Baghdad. They spread west, carried by books, scholars, traders. They laid the groundwork for the European Renaissance, sparked new ideas, pushed boundaries.
Let's put faces on these contributions. Meet some of the all-stars of the Islamic Golden Age. Guys like Ibn Sina, known to the West as Avicenna, the OG doctor. His book, The Law of Medicine, was the medical textbook in Europe for centuries. Then there's Al-Khwarizmi, the math whiz. He gave us algebra, algorithms, the building blocks of computer science. Imagine a world without Google Maps, without your smartphone. Yeah, that's how big of a deal this guy was. And let's not forget Jabir bin Hayyan, the father of chemistry. His books on poisons, medical and iron extraction is an encyclopedia in its field. Unfortunately, most of his books are stolen and is in England. He introduced the experimental method, emphasized careful observation, systematic experimentation. This dude was a science OG. These scholars, these pioneers, they weren't just brilliant minds, they were bridges between cultures. They took knowledge from different traditions, blended it, created something new, something amazing.
Fast forward to today, the influence of Islam on the West still going strong. It's in the fabric of society, from the food we eat to the clothes we wear, the music we listen to. Think about coffee, that morning pick-me-up. Thank the Muslims for bringing it to Europe. Or how about those intricate geometric designs, the arabesque patterns? Pure artistry influencing architecture and design for centuries. And let's not forget about music. The oud, the ancestor of the lute and guitar, came from the East. Its melodies, its rhythms, they found their way into Western music, adding a new layer of complexity, beauty. These are just a few examples, glimpses into the rich tapestry that is Western culture. A tapestry woven with threads from the East when the West was in the Dark Age.
Food, glorious food. It's not just about sustenance, it's about culture, sharing, bringing people together. And Islamic cuisine? It's a flavor explosion that's taken the West by storm. Hummus, kebab, falafel, shawarma. These dishes have become staples in many Western cities. They're not just trendy eats. They're reminders of the cultural exchange, the delicious fusion happening every day. Walk into any major city, and you'll find bustling Middle Eastern restaurants, the air thick with the aroma of spices, the sound of laughter. It's a sensory experience, a taste of a different culture. And it's not just about the food itself. It's about the act of sharing a meal, breaking bread together, building bridges of understanding one bite at a time.
Fashion, that ever-evolving expression of identity, also reflects the influence of Islam on the West. Remember when Yves Saint Laurent rocked the fashion world with his kaftan-inspired designs? Talk about making a statement. From intricate embroidery to flowing silhouettes, Islamic fashion has inspired designers for decades. It's about elegance, modesty, and yes, style. Think about it. The hijab, a symbol of faith, has also become a fashion statement, a way to express individuality. And let's not forget about the impact of Islamic art and design on Western aesthetics. Those geometric patterns, the calligraphy, the intricate tile work, they've found their way into everything from home decor to tattoos. It's a reminder that inspiration comes from unexpected places, that beauty transcends borders, that cultural exchange enriches us all.
Beyond the headlines, Muslims making a difference. Let's move beyond the historical stuff, the food, the fashion. Let's talk about real people, Muslims making a difference in the West right now, breaking down stereotypes, crushing it in their fields. Think about Dr. Mona Hana Atisha, the pediatrician who exposed the Flint water crisis, a true hero fighting for social justice. Or how about Ibtihaj Muhammad, the Olympic fencer who made history as the first American athlete to compete in a hijab? Talk about breaking barriers. And let's not forget about Linda Sarsour, a prominent activist fighting for social justice, a voice for the voiceless. These are just a few examples of the countless Muslims making positive contributions to Western societies every day. They're doctors, teachers, entrepreneurs, artists, athletes. They're our neighbors, our colleagues, our friends. They're living proof that Islam is a religion of peace, science, compassion, and yes, excellence.
Challenging stereotypes, embracing understanding. Now let's be real, the relationship between Islam and the West hasn't always been smooth sailing. There's been conflict, misunderstanding, fueled by stereotypes and misinformation. But here's the thing, we can't let fear and ignorance divide us. We need to challenge stereotypes, promote dialogue, build bridges of understanding. Education is key, yo. Learning about different cultures, different faiths. It broadens our horizons, makes us more empathetic, more open-minded. It allows us to see beyond the headlines, to recognize our shared humanity. So let's have those uncomfortable conversations. Let's challenge our own biases. Let's not believe everything from media. Let's approach each other with curiosity and respect. That's how we break down walls. That's how we build a more just and equitable world.
The strength of diversity, a tapestry of cultures. The beauty of the West lies in its diversity, in the tapestry of cultures that make it so vibrant, so dynamic, and Islam is an integral part of that tapestry, adding its own unique threads to the mix. Think about it, diversity isn't just about tolerance. It's about embracing the richness that different cultures bring to the table. It's about learning from each other, growing together, creating something beautiful. When we shut out different cultures, different perspectives, we limit ourselves, we stifle creativity, we miss out on the opportunity to connect with something bigger than ourselves. So let's celebrate our differences, let's embrace the beauty of diversity, let's recognize that our shared humanity is far greater than any differences that may divide us. Towards a brighter future, collaboration and coexistence. As we look to the future, it's clear that collaboration and coexistence are essential. We're all in this together, in the same boat, facing shared challenges from climate change to social injustice. We need to break down the walls of division, build bridges of understanding, work together to create a more just, equitable and sustainable world for all. And that includes recognizing and appreciating the positive contributions of Islam to the West. Let's focus on what unites us, let's celebrate our shared humanity, let's build a future where diversity is not just tolerated but celebrated, where different cultures coexist and thrive together. Peace to everyone.